Okay, you want to start an internet business or sell something online? What are you going to sell, huh? Well, that's a question. So if you don't have something really in mind, say maybe you love embroidery or something and you want to sell that, or you write books and you want to sell. So if you already know, but if you don't and you just know there's a lot of people making money, on the internet, you just have to be careful on what you decide. Again, because if you go to Google and said, looking for stuff to sell on the internet, man, they're just people who are going to, just get money from you. And so really, I think no one can really tell you what will work for you to sell on the internet. You have to figure that out yourself. And really, I think if anyone tells you, hey, do this, you're going to make a lot of money, the only reason they're saying that because they're going to charge you money to do something, so they're making money off of it, not you, and you haven't proved that yet that you could make money on it. So stay away from those kind of deals. And it's really the whole thing. I think it's just a trial and error method. Nobody really knows, and that's why the key to all this success is, I think there's two basic things. One is don't spend money doing anything. See, on the internet you don't. There's always other ways to test ideas and whatever without spending money, and so that's why I use all of that first, because if you start spending money, man, then you'll be out of business before you figure out what really going to sell. And then the other thing I think about choosing the right product or service or whatever it is that you want to sell on the internet is really looking inside yourself. There's so much advice and people bombarding you, do this, and they don't really know. Look at the smartest people in the world screwed up Wall Street, and actually I've been looking at data recently now that show that almost 65 to 70% of all the scientific research that is published in the biggest scientific journals turns out to be wrong. So they're wrong. Like coffee's good for you, coffee's not good for you. Like New England Journal of Medicine says this and whatever. 2/3 of that turns out to be wrong within a couple of years. So nobody really knows. We're all guessing, and this is your life. So that's why it's so important for you to look inside, because anything you decide to do is going to be work. That's the name of the game. Everything, it's work, and it's a pain in the butt. You don't have some magic idea and you become a millionaire next Thursday. Well, if that happens, I'm gonna put you in my next infomercial, because they're the ones on TV. Say, look at this! I just went in my garage and make $1 zillion in 2 weeks or something like that. That's not gonna happen to you and me. So forget about that. So what I think you want to do is, number one, rely on your heart more, because if you decide what to do more on your heart, you're going to make that happen better. It has a better chance of happening than someone else telling you, convincing you, do this, you're going to make a lot of money. 9 times out of 10 you won't. Actually, I've written over 100 books in my life, and only 10 have made money. So I'm wrong 90% of the time. I learned that the hard. And this is what I do for a living, and think about it 24 hours a day, and I'm still wrong. So that's why the key to survival is not spending money until you figure out what's right. Because it's like learning to walk. You got to fall down a bunch of times before you learn to do it. If someone says, oh, you just put one foot in another and go across the room. Nah. Life isn't that way at all. So anything new you're going to do is going to happen like that. You're going to fall down a bunch of times, and that's why don't get tied in with somebody else's idea or whatever, and the promises, they show you testimonials and all that. No, start looking at yourself. You want to make a contribution to the world or something, then try to find out what you really want to do. Look down inside what your passions are, what your interests are, and try to figure out how that will fit into what the market may handle. And then you test, how can I make this acceptable to the market? And you trial and error that whenever. And if you're looking for products, so maybe you love camping gear or something like that. You love outdoors. So maybe you can find products in outdoor and camping to do. And you could find products to sell on your website. There's a couple ways of doing this. Really, you could go to like Alibaba. That's a big Chinese distributorship. All the manufacturers all over the world put their goods in there, and you could find camping socks for like 20 cents or something, and use them to sell on the internet or whatever. Or you go to other people that are manufacturing. Say you like this Coleman lamps, or you like this or whatever, and I want to sell those because I believe in that stuff, or whatever. That you contact those manufacturers. Go on the internet, and find the products you like and contact those companies. Say, hey, I want to start up a website and sell those products. Another way is what they call on the internet affiliate programs. These are things like you could sell my products. I'm in an affiliate network called Share or Sale and a few others. And so people come to there and look, and they get like 40% of the money. They sell one of my products, they get 40% of the money. So you can do that, with other people. You like camping gear, so you find Share or Sale or these other affiliate networks. If you Google like top affiliate networks and find the biggest ones around, to sell stuff, you don't have to join. To put stuff on, you usually have to join, or it's very little or whatever, to find people. And that's how to sell. If you have a product, you could go on affiliate networks, and then they sell it and get a commission. And what's so neat about affiliate networks is they take care of all the financing and the credit cards, and figure it all out, where the order came from, and so you don't have to worry about anything. And that makes it good for people selling your stuff, but it makes it good for you too if you want to sell other people's stuff. So that's the way. Another kind of products I think that are interesting to sell nowadays is packaged information. I mean, like ebooks. Ebooks are so easy. You could sell your own ebooks. It costs nothing to do an ebook. You could have a Kindle ebook, just on your laptop, and get it made Kindle, and get a cover designed on Fiverr, Fiverr.com. You could get an artist there for $5 to do a great cover for you, and you load it into Kindle. Then you start your website and start marketing them. If you do that, or there's other ways. If you want to go courses, you could do a course on how to make good pasta or something and sell those courses. There's platforms already that you could put them on that create markets for you. I mean, things like Udemy, or Skillshare, or Curious.com. These are platforms where you put on the courses for free. They sell them, and you share in the wealth. It's like having a publisher. So that's another way. And then you could sell that yourself on your website too, and probably make more of it. Or your expertise. I mean, if you're an expert, like, oh, I know how to fix, broken windows or something. I don't know, whatever the hell your expertise you think it is, or help people counseling or whatever. There's services and places you could do that too, like Upwork, Guru, Freelance, and Fiverr, to sell your services like that. And then you could have a website that you sell by the hour, or whatever it is. So that's why I think the basic two things to remember is don't spend money, because you'll run out of money before you figure it out, unless you're a fat cat and it doesn't matter and you want to save some time or energy yourself. And sure, the people out there spend your money, and you'll learn that way. Or you do trial and error by free stuff, because it doesn't take money. And then you do like the sources I mentioned, and see what kind of reaction you could get. You could do a YouTube video and put it on there and see, hey, what are people reacting? Anybody reacting to this? Try another one, or what? Anybody reacting? You think you know what sells, and I think I know, oh, people do that. The market will tell you otherwise. And until you get out in the market, you'll never know for sure. And that's why it's important not to spend money.